Glorious collegians shall also be. Let us shout it boldly, for the sons are we. Not just in the classrooms, in our early youth.
Good morning, viewers. My name is Leke Oshunniyi, and I'm the Deputy President of the King's College Old Boys Association. I enrolled in King's College in the year 1971, and I'm a member of the 71-77 set. Now, I'm standing in the lobby of the oldest building on this campus, the original campus of King's College. And it's important that I tell you the story of how this building came to be. September is a very important month in the history of King's College. On this particular occasion, on the 12th of September, 1906, during the reign of King Edward VII, the governor of the colony of Lagos, Sir Walter Egerton, issued a decree that the members of the armed forces who are located and barracked on these premises should vacate the premises to a point about 1 kilometer east of this place, which came to be known as Obalende, translated to mean the king sent me here. The area was cleared, and within 3 years, this structure, this original structure, had been built at a cost of £10,001. There is a legend in the annals of King's College that says the new building was to be opened at the 9th hour, 9 o'clock, of the 9th day of the 9th month, September again, of the 9th year of the new century, 1909. Eventually, the buildings were opened on the 20th of September, 1909. And I'll tell you why. The gentleman chosen to be the first principal of King's College was a man called Dunlop, Mr. Dunlop. Unfortunately, shortly before he embarked on his sea journey to Lagos from London, he took ill and so was unable to fulfill his appointment. Very hurriedly, the colonial government of the time appointed a gentleman from the Survey Department, Mr. Lomax. And so it was that Mr. Lomax conducted the first assembly 11 days late on the 20th of September, 1909. Within a few months, he was replaced by Mr. Hyde Johnson. Mr. Hyde Johnson had earlier worked at the Pangon School in the United Kingdom, and I had the privilege of seeing his recommendations. They were the highest possible testimonial from the principal of the Pangon College, recommending him highly as an educator and a teacher. Hyde Johnson arrived in 1910, but within 2 years, he had been elevated to the directorship of the Department of Education of the colony. He was replaced by Mr. Mackey Wright. Unfortunately, Mr. Mackey Wright, on his way back to the United Kingdom for his vacation, on a ship called the SS Engin, came across a German U-boat. The ship was sunk. This was the First World War, and Mr. Mackey Wright transited prematurely. By 1919, yet another principal came into the college. He was Major Harman. Major Harman is credited with a lot of revolutionary activities in the college. The school song is credited to him, and the construction of the laboratories to the east of this point are also credited to him. You will observe that those first three names I mentioned, Hyde Johnson's, Makirites, and Hammond, are the names of the houses that we have in this college. Mr. Paines, I think, arrived in the college in 1931. And after a while, the three existing houses had an addition to them, which was Payne's house. So, those are the early years of the college, which saw many students pass through here, many pioneer students in their own fields of endeavor. In the first 30 years, we had the first Chief Justice of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, Sir KCOBA Ademola, a former Oba of Lagos, Oba Oyekon, a former CEO of WAEC, Mr. Kronje, a former medical advisor to the government of the Federation, Sir Samuel Manwa, a former chief medical advisor of the Eastern region, Sir Francis Ibiam, who later came to be known as Sir Akanu Ibiam, and many others, too numerous to mention in those first 30 years. But I will leave you now at this point so that we can go to another location and I will tell you a little bit about it. Thank you very much.
Glorious collegium shall also be. Let us shout it boldly, for the sons are we.
My name is Andrew Ali Agada, the principal, King's College, Lagos. I was posted to King's College last year, reported in April 2019. So I spent barely a year plus in the college. King's College is a premier college in Nigeria, and we have turned out a lot of illustrious KCOB, King's College Youth Boys, that are in leadership positions in Nigeria today, thereby fulfilling the mandate of the founding fathers of the college. And we will keep on moving on. King's College has a very vibrant Old Boys Association that have been supporting the college in various ways, and will continue to partner with them. They also have a very good leadership, and the passion they have for their college cannot be equal to anyone in the country. So we appreciate them for all their contributions to the college in their giving back. This year again is another opportunity as we celebrate our founders' day. Despite the COVID-19 pandemic, they have still come to also meet, to gather, and to forge a way forward. And as the college, the management, we are always in support of the activities, just as they support us. So I want to wish them very, very fruitful deliberations this year. Education, of course, is the bedrock of the development of any nation. And so we will continue to do our best. In King's College, we are still, academically, we are still on top, and we will continue to do our best. Discipline, yes, and academic performance. Morals. And like you are aware, this year, during the lockdown, the President of Federal Republic of Nigeria deemed it necessary to appoint 2 of our illustrious old boys into key positions. That is to tell you that King's College still has a voice in the leadership of this nation. And we are grateful to Mr. President, and will continue to produce leaders for this nation, leaders of integrity, as we are known for. At this stage, we also want to appeal both to the government and King's College Old Boys Association to always come to our aid when we call upon them. So I wish them once again very, very fruitful graduation this year. We appreciate them. Their president, Alhaji Kashim Ibrahim, has also been supportive. And most especially too, Engineer Jani Ibrahim, who also happened to be the chairman of the school-based management committee. He is always there for us. Night, day, anytime you call him, he will be here. So we are grateful to all the sets, the class sets that have contributed immensely to the upgrading of the school facilities. We are indeed grateful. We can't thank them enough. And we'll continue also on our part to do the best we can. I wish them well, and we thank God for preserving our lives and protecting us from COVID-19. Once again, we wish them well. Thank you for listening, and God bless you all.
Glorious collegium shall also be. Let us shout it boldly, for our sons are we.
Ladies and gentlemen, we are in the Assembly Hall of King's College, Lagos, on the original campus on Tafawa Balewa Square. This part of the college was opened in 1955 by Sir John Macpherson, who was then the Governor General of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. Behind me is one of the historical treasures that King's College has and very few people know about. That plaque up there are the armorial bearings of King's College, given by Her Majesty the Queen of the Commonwealth and of the Colonies in 1956. The armorial bearings are bearings which aristocratic and distinguished families are authorized to have. And every single part of those bearings has a meaning. The bearings were applied for by Henry Newton Harcourt in 1955. And when they were granted to King's College, there was a description. At the bottom of the armorial bearings is the motto of the school, Spero Lucem, I hope for light. Just above that is what has been referred to as the Lagos Mermaid, rising from the waves, holding a golden coin in her right hand, and having as the color of her hair ore or gold. Above her is an African elephant resting on its dexter forelimb, its right forelimb, eradicating an African palm tree. So the armorial bearing states eradicated proper. You can see the roots of the palm tree. And the implication is that the root of ignorance is being uprooted by the elephant. There is a 300-word document backing these armorial bearings known as the Letters Patent of the King's College Lagos armorial bearings. So what is my opinion about the effect of education on the leadership of a country? Well, the King's College armorial bearings tell the entire story. The tree of ignorance has to be uprooted completely for a nation to make progress. The people of the nation must emerge from the cave of ignorance and acquire the skills in all the various fields of endeavor, in the law, in the military, medicine, scholarly works, history, philosophy, you just name it. they then contribute their quota to the advancement of the country. And this college, perhaps more than any other institution of learning, of secondary learning, has contributed hugely, so hugely that in the year 2007, UNESCO found it necessary to make the anniversary of King's College in 2009 one of the significant global anniversaries to be celebrated worldwide. And the Founders' Day lecture in that year was delivered by the Secretary General of UNESCO. Thank you.
Glorious collegium shall also be. Let us shout it